Hi, I'm Alex Rawnsley. Welcome to another edition of Three Things, the show where we take a look back at what you missed over the last set of 7 and get you set for the week ahead. Lots to get to this week as the Kings playing 3 games on Vancouver Island, but the bad news is the losing streak continues. Let's get you filled in on what happened over the last set of 7. Thing you might have missed, number 1, on Sunday afternoon, the Kings are in Duncan to take on the Cowichan Valley Capitals, and Jack Long, a perfect 10 out of 10 head over heels hip check on Caps leading scorer Ryan Burton. Here's the video.
Down the ice the Kings come. Here's Josh Colblin's across the line. A backhand intended for loss, and Long couldn't keep it in, was just too late on the scene. Long, oh, beautiful! Textbook hip check from Jack Long as Ryan Burton goes head over heels, and that is an absolute beauty from number 22 in green. The bench went up as one. We've seen him try that all season, and that is probably the prettiest of the bunch.
Thing you might have missed, number 2, was that game on Sunday afternoon against the Cowichan Valley Capitals. Bit of an oddball quirk in the schedule as the Kings were on Vancouver Island on Wednesday and Thursday to face the Caps and the Grizzlies. They returned on Sunday afternoon for the final time to the Island Saving Centre looking for their first win. They came away without, but they were able to bust a lot of skids from the 60 minutes. The power play finally clicked for the first time in 7 games. It had been 22 straight opportunities between power play goals when Jeremy Leclerc sent that one packing with a first period marker. It was the 3rd time this season the Kings have also scored multiple goals on the man advantage. They went 2 for 5. It was a 7-0 victory against the Alberni Valley Bulldogs back in September. The Kings scored 3 goals in that one on the power play and then followed it up the next game with 2 more against Coquitlam in a 7-2 win at the Showcase. The 5 goals that the Kings put up on the Caps was the highest offensive output since the Wenatchee game back in October. First time since then that the Kings had scored 3 or more in a game as well. That was a span of 7 games. Chris Protopoulos finally got his first goal in the BCHL. That busted a skid of 16 games for him. It leaves just 3 Kings on the roster without a goal. Defenseman Nick Nonis, the injured Colton Sandberg, as well as new defenseman Jake Kohlhauser. But despite all these things, the losing streak still remains intact. It's now at 6 games. Thing you might have missed, number 3, is another edition of the Alumni Stat Pack, the 3rd edition. In this week's edition, we update you on all the stats for the Kings playing NCAA, CIS, and pro hockey across North America. Also some good news for a pair of King alumni, one in goal and one up the middle, as they were both recognized for their play through the month of October. To find that, visit the Kings blog at kingsofthecastle.wordpress.com. So what's to look ahead to for the next set of 7? Here's 3 things to watch out for. Thing to look forward to, number 1, are the Kings returning home. Just 4 games in the month of October were at the Hatt Park Arena. That is out of the 11 that the Kings played, going 5 and 6. First game at the Hatt coming up this weekend will be the first one since the Kings hosted the Penticton Vees on October the 23rd. A 3-0 loss. Now, the calendar through the month of November is considerably kinder for Powell River. They'll play 9 games, and all but 3 will be at the Hatt Park Arena, and all those 3 come in one weekend as the Kings will visit Chilliwack, Merritt, and Prince George. 3 games in 2.5 days. You can buy your tickets for all 6 Kings home games coming up this month by going to tickets.powellriverkings.com. In fact, you can buy your tickets for any regular season game right now through that website, tickets.powellriverkings.com. Print them at home or bring them on your smartphone device and skip the lineup at the door. Thing to look forward to, number 2, is the return of Chad Van Diemen to Powell River for the first time with the Spruce Kings. Now, Van Diemen had been with the club for 6 years prior as an assistant coach and assistant general manager before leaving in the off-season to join the Spruce Kings as their new head coach. It's certainly going to be a game of mixed emotions for Van Diemen as he'll be standing on the visitors' bench for the first time in quite some time. Thing to look forward to, number 3, is the Battle Royale this weekend. It's just the one game on the schedule for the Kings as they'll host the Prince George Spruce Kings. The return leg of the BCHL Battle Royale comes up on November the 22nd. Now, the Spruce Kings have had a tough start to the season, but they are beginning to turn it around. The team currently sits 5th in a 16 mainland division with a record of 5-12-0-1. They are, however, coming off a split weekend at home in Prince George against the Wenatchee Wild and also off a 3-2 victory against the Wild on Friday night. The Spruce Kings, 2-2 in their last 4 games. The game this weekend, Friday night, 7:15 at the Happ Park Arena, as the Kings will take on the Prince George Spruce Kings. Grab your tickets right now and select your seats. Skip the lineup at the door as well by going to tickets.powellriverkings.com. For those of you on your way to the rink, we'll have our pre-game show starting at 6:55. For those of you not able to make the game, the play-by-play will follow at 7:15 live on the network and 95.7 Coast FM. That'll do it for this week's edition of Three Things. I'm Alex Rawnsley. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you at the rink or talk to you Friday night as the Kings and the Spruce Kings lock up for leg 1 of this season's BCHL Battle Royale. Bye now.